and jumping up and down and performing and doing whatever. Those are the ones.
But you know how it also is, right? A lot of these people, they think that, all right, this guy is clearly on that side. He's actually genuinely honoring himself and all of that stuff. But there's still some sort of hidden agenda, because at the end of the day, people want to say what they want to say and what they believe.
Yeah.
So how do you get past that?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people who have theories about you. There's always going to be somebody who believes X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But it's the controversy that makes it interesting. Like, my brother and I talk about this quite often. You need both sides of a story to perpetuate it. If it's all just one side of the story and it's accepted truth, then it's not interesting. So even my haters who say that I've actually committed crimes, or the people who say I'm not actually a good guy or whatever, and I've joined this team and I'm secretly a controlled opposition, you need both sides, because it's both sides and the arguing that perpetuates it. You need people who hate you. You need people who love you. And all my haters do a fantastic job of keeping me extremely relevant, and I have to thank them for that. So I have no concerns for certain people in the world disliking me. In fact, I'm very aware that that's an important side of the coin, and I'm glad they exist.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I can't imagine doing it, right? Because I wake up every day and I have things to do, and I have a very busy life, and I'm trying to be successful, and I have beautiful children and wives to see, cars to drive. I have interesting things to do. But if people want to wake up and dedicate their life towards hating me and trying to take me down, which of course just adds hot air to my balloon, then I'm going to take it. Thank you very much. I mean, you're unpaid members of staff and they do a fantastic job. So
tell me, what is your opinion about India? What was your visit like in Mumbai?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I wish I knew you when I went, and I'm actually going to ask you a question, sir. I want you to tell me what India's like, but because I got there and it wasn't like I expected it. It's firstly, it's not cheap. I stayed in the Four Seasons and I spent the same money in Mumbai as I did in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
True.
Which didn't matter, but I guess that just surprised me.
Yeah.
And then traffic's crazy.
Were you as successful as you are today?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
At that point.
It was many years ago. Traffic's crazy. I had no idea where to go, what to do. And I think it's a metaphor for the entire world and life as a whole. It's not where you are, it's who you're with.
Yep.
It's the same for every city. It's the same. Even just to quickly go back, this summer I spent the entire summer on house arrest, and I had the best summer of my life. The best summer of my life, because there was like 20 of my friends living in this massive house, pool party every day.
Yeah, I was seeing those videos of yours online as well.
Yeah, it was amazing. So it's not about where you are, it's who you're with. I'm sure Mumbai could be a lot better than I experienced, but I didn't know what I was doing.
It's really good, it's really fancy, but once again, like I mentioned earlier, it is the Matrix, right? You have every type of human being over there.
Yeah.
So staying centered is very, very crucial.
Yeah.
You have to be you. You just can't allow yourself to be taken for a ride.
Do you think it has you're saying it's very fancy, it has like a Dubai vibe if you know where to go? There's all this high-end stuff and high-end bars and
you've been there, you've done that. So you know what that's like. So Mumbai is definitely not a place that would fascinate you anymore. Whereas there are a whole bunch of places in India that you'd love exploring.
Yeah.
Like there's Kashmir. It's beautiful. It's like Romania, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then we have a whole bunch of other places like Rajasthan, Jaipur, culturally very, very rich.
And it's such a big country.
It is huge. It's very diverse.
Yeah.
It is very, very diverse. Like even in Mumbai, you must have seen the Four Seasons. Right besides that, there's a slum.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Slumdog Millionaire for you.
Yeah. And you go. I was in Mumbai, and people are like, "When are you gonna go see the Taj Mahal?"
That's Agra. Yeah.
I'm like, it's far. People think India is all like, you just go to Mumbai and you see it all.
Bro, the minute you're out of this whole mess that you're presently in, I'd like to bring you over to India, man.
And I will accept that invitation, but I have a feeling this mess is going to morph and change and continue for quite a while.
Do you think you actually call this upon yourself at times? Because I've always seen that, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy also.
Yeah, people say words are powerful, and I understand that. But I also knew what was going to happen. I truly believed it was going to happen, and I thought by preempting it and making it clear that it's all a setup, it'll make it very easy for the obvious thinking person to understand what's going on. So I know that words are powerful, but I have a very interesting view on that, to be honest, because I often say things which I perhaps shouldn't say. I don't know if I'm goading the universe. I don't know if I'm challenging them, but I don't operate from a realm of fear. So I'm just not afraid to say certain things, whether they come true or not. But I knew what they were going to do eventually. I knew it was going to happen. There was no way that they were going to allow me to continue to be as relevant as I was, saying the things that they don't want me to say.
Correct.
And that's what the law has. That's what the government has. That's how the matrix works. They have law. That's all they have. A government solution to everything is law. If you go to a government and say, we have a problem, they say, okay, pass a law that fixes the problem. So, and then they have the legal system. So if you upset them, they just get the legal system. They set the dogs on you. So it was very obvious play, which I knew was going to happen. And now it's evolving, and we're going to be in this process for quite a long time, and multiple countries are involved, and who knows how long it's all going to last. And the great thing about all of it, the truly amazing thing about it is, at the end of it all, whether I'm innocent or guilty, they can't give me cancer. They can't put me in a car crash.
Right.
They can't do anything that's genuinely I mean, there's people out here in the world today who are experiencing terrible things all day, every day. The worst they can do is put me in jail. And I had a pretty good time in jail. Yeah, I mean, I have no problems going to jail. It doesn't bother me at all.
I'm not going to ask you any jail questions, man. I've seen that. I've studied that too
Yeah,
long.
it's been done a bunch of times. But
yeah.
The punishment for all of this garbage really isn't scary. In fact, it's quite... I know this sounds insane, but the idea of going and spending some time in jail, I find quite tempting
And reassuring.
Well, it's just it would be a unique experience that I'd get to look back on and get to enjoy, and it'd be a different level to the map of life. And I have no problems at all going. I will not be sad for a single second. I think the frustration of the initial arrest and not knowing it was going to happen was different. But now that I understand it's a possibility, I'm completely at peace with it. In fact, I'm kind of tempted by it. It'd be very interesting to go. I think it'd be a cool story.
You don't get to come to India then, man.
I'll come India afterwards. That's the thing. I'm a young man, right? I'll come India afterwards. I mean, I'm not that young. I'm 37. But
Bro, I'm 35.
See, you're young.
Yeah, I am.
I'm old.
No, you are, bro. He's 37. He looks younger than me.
I'm 37, but I often think about this, and this is, you can think about life this way in general, but when I'm 42, all this junk will be over. I'll still have hundreds of millions of dollars. I'll still have beautiful children. I'll still have all my houses and my cars, and so none of it matters really in the grand scheme of life. It's not like I'm going to be losing the best years of my life. It's not like it's going to last for a very long time. Even if they try and stitch me up, I'll be in jail for a year or something garbage. So nothing, it really isn't a concern to me. And I guess sometimes I feel old because I can't fight like I used to. Mm-hmm. But then sometimes I feel very young, reaching the level of success I've reached at only 37 years of age.
Yep.
And you go, and sometimes I go to these meetings with other Bugatti owners, or I used to go and look at development properties for these 20, 30, 40, $50 million apartments. And everyone there is 50 plus, 60 plus, gray hair.
Yeah, this was in Dubai?
This was in a few different places, Dubai and Germany, a few different places. And I'd walk in there and be the youngest man by a mile, and I'd say, oh, maybe I am still young.
Story of my life, man.
Yeah, well, there you go. And usually youth comes with a lack of wisdom, but I try very hard to make sure that's not the case. And then you have unlimited energy.